to episode 2 of F1 2019 Career Mode. This is the Australian Grand Prix, our first race in F1, because episode 1 was in Formula 2. Go and check that out if you haven't already. So you know how we got on with our rivals and stuff like that. And this is just our interface that we've got on our laptop, the R&D tree. We're lacking quite a bit in aerodynamics and chassis. So we need to improve them to get past everyone else and be the best car, really. Here you can see the progress history for all the teams, which is all equal at the moment because no one's brought any upgrades to the first race. We're not expecting any major upgrades until about round 3 or 4 in China or Azerbaijan, as you can see down the bottom. And this is all of the components that we've got for the whole year. There's not too many, especially on the MG UK and Energy Store and Control Electronics. So we'll be expecting to take penalties throughout the season for using extra engine components. Obviously there's 3 practice sessions qualifying the race, but we're going to have a look at the messages that we've got in a second, are we? Yes, we are. Right, okay, so our team principal, just welcome to the team between yourself and Kimi Räikkönen, my teammate. We're going to have a great season and just chat to him if we need to. We don't actually see any of that. That's our team principal, Frederick Vasseur. Carl is telling us about tutorials, which we don't need to know about. So eventually when we scroll down, yeah, we're done. Carl's also telling us that we need to keep on top of our R&D. Here's our contract details, and we're straight into practice. I cut that a little bit short, didn't I?
Welcome to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons.
I hope it's exciting.
Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
Let's start with the new Alfa Romeo driver.
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Well, they've been signed up likely in no small part due to the way they carried themselves in the Formula 2 Championship. They had a great track record of putting the team first. At one of the races, they even gave up their own position when their car had a technical issue, so that their teammate Lucas Weber, who also debuts here today, could get ahead. That kind of team spirit could take them a long way this season.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, 2 very promising young British drivers. Plus we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
Right, okay, so after that little introduction, we're going straight out for the track acclimatization. This is going to be our first lap in the car, just getting used to both the track and the car. And quick little pause there, just to check everything's recording and things like that. So I'm going to take you on this lap of Australia, Melbourne, Albert Park, whatever you want to call it, really depends on your preference. So coming down the main straight, it's important to get a good run off the final corner so that you can actually get a good run down the main straight. Brake at the 100-metre boards. I broke just before. I've missed that because I've turned in way too early. Open the DRS coming out of turn 2, and then fairly long straight down into turn 3. Again, brake at the 100-metre board. Third gear right-hander, usually. I'll take it in second because I'm not quite that as confident. Turn 4, just don't run over that curb on the exit. And turn 5 is a bit of a nothing corner. I've managed to slide a little bit there, but we'll ignore that. Into the second sector now. Fourth gear chicane. I'll get a little bit caught up on the grass. This is a bit of a nothing corner here. Just take it flat and braking down into yet another chicane. It's second or third gear, depending on how well you feel you can turn the car in. And a little bit of a brake on the curvy straight before turns 11 and 12, which are the best corners on the circuit. Turning in 6th or 7th, again, depending on how well you can turn the car in. And it's important to get a good exit, so you can have good momentum all the way down this straight. And into a 90-degree right, 4th gear. Nice exit. And another 90-degree right, but that opens up a little. And braking down into the final real corner on the circuit, another good exit, and back onto the main straight. It's important to get a lot of good exits on this track because of the amount of short straights that there are. Well, that's not gone very well, has it? Yeah, that could have gone a lot better.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. It's been a lot of hard work. But here you are, making your debut in Formula One.
I'm delighted. So, are you going to choose an answer to this question, Ben? Just at the last second, the clock had ticked down to 0.
So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
Struggling to remember so many names.
Expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more?
We'll see. Thank you, Claire. Second practice now. And we're caught up behind a bit of traffic. It's Vettel and... I can't even see who that is. Is that... Oh, it's Lucas Weber in the Williams holding up Seb Vettel. Oh, we've hit Vettel. Oh no, we've got a bit of damage. You'd rather do it now than in practice, wouldn't you? Yeah, I know I've taken some minor damage, Jeff, because Weber was holding up Vettel a little bit. And that's really not gone well. This was just a setup thing, as you can see on the left. Car setup, team objectives complete, and that really was our practice is done, because we didn't go out in practice 3, which is going to be a recurring theme that you'll see. I tend to do all of my programs and things like that in the first 2 practice sessions, but you can see here we're actually quite quick. Looking for Kimi, where he's 15th, although he is on the mediums, so it's going to be interesting to see how we stack up against each other in qualifying and the race. Speaking of qualifying, here we go.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. This is the kind of track that eats rear tyres for breakfast, or so I'm told by more experienced drivers than myself.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
Well, we don't exactly need long run pace, do we? It's qualifying. Anyway, first lap in qualifying, we've gone out on the softest combative tyre just to make sure we do get through to Q2. That puts us third provisionally, 7/10 off Lewis Hamilton. And by the end of the session, we dropped down to 7th. Not that bad. So we're through to Q2, as is Kimi down there, who's 4/10 off our pace. So we've lost both Williams, Grosjean, Stroll and Sainz in the McLaren. Wow, that's actually a shock. Oh, actually, no, I know why, because when I recorded this, McLaren hadn't had their performance update, so they weren't quite as quick as they should have been. Anyway, Q2, this is our first lap there. We've run out of ERS, as you can see on the bottom. Seb Vettel has gone quickest with a 24.4. We put in a 25.1, which is okay, but we've gone again, just to make sure we do get through on another set of soft tyres coming through turns 11 and 12. It's very, very slow. We're losing time all the way down this straight, so that's why it's important but that's why it's important to put the maximum effort in them 2 corners. And we've run a little bit wide. Oh, don't spin, and we've spun. Oh dear. Haven't quite held our teammate up. Bottas has gone past as well. There goes Magnussen. Oh, I thought about flick spinning it round, but then them 2 came past. I'm right to flick spin it now. Hit the wall a little bit, but I didn't sustain any damage, I don't think. So there we are. We did come 9th, so our first lap was good enough to actually get us through to Q3. But we've A, ruined a set of tyres, and B, ruined our second lap. So we did not go out in Q3. Oh no, we did. I'm thinking of the wrong race, maybe. So anyway, Q3, coming down towards turn 11 and 12. We're on a semi-decent lap. More than half a second off Vettel, and we've spun. Oh no, right, okay. Yeah, so we've spun here, and we didn't go back out after this. So we start in 10th place, as you'll see in a second.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Leclerc, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Look at the gap between the Ferraris, 0.009 seconds. That's minuscule. And Bottas is less than half a tenth of a second behind them.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
You'd hope so.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
Oh, that's from my numerous spins when I tried to flick spin back round. I'm not sure what happened. I spun because I'm bad. That's what happened. Thanks, Claire. Alright, so this is the rivalry screen, so you can see we're actually rivals with Kimi at the moment because he's our teammate. We'll always be rivals with our teammate. We're currently leading 2-1, which is nice. We've got a good bunch of resource points, I believe, because we completed in every session apart from Q3 because that didn't count. 170 resource points takes us on to 1,770. Not bad. Rep decreased only for Alfa Romeo, and it went up for everyone else apart from Ferrari, Renault and McLaren, and Red Bull, sorry. So that's decent. We're more of a veteran and a sportsman after qualifying. That you go to veteran so quickly, like, it's absurd.
Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
Thank you, Emma. That's my agent. So let's have a look at our messages. Right, so pre-race from Jeff, our engineer. Just look to pounce on any mistakes and just keep my front wing in one piece. Should be decently simple unless I spin, which is more than likely. So let's go to the race.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year, with tweaks to the regulations, a fresh-looking spread of tyre compounds, and of course some changes to the roster of car manufacturers. It's goodbye to Sauber, and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula One. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point. Joining me To take you through all the action of the 2019 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 5th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the performance of Red Bull, who have switched to the Honda power unit this year. What that will mean for both their performance and reliability remains to be seen.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Pierre Gasly and Magnussen, Norris, Hulkenberg and Alfa Romeo and Devon Butler, Perez, Raikkonen, Valtteri Bottas. They've taken a good...
Bottas got a penalty already? What did he get one for? Wow. Well, apparently we start 9th now. I'm not complaining about that in the slightest. 1 position extra gained.
We managed to qualify better than we expected yesterday, so let's do the same again today.
Right, so that was our strategy that you just saw. Feel free to go back and pause it and have a look. But we are now ready to start our first race in Formula 1. It's a decent start. Devon Butler's got an absolute monster of a start. Actually, no, our start wasn't even that good. Perez is now looking up the inside. We've switched to the outside. Bottas goes right around the outside and hits us. I then turn in a bit on Perez and have wheel-to-wheel contact. So we've lost 3 positions off the start already. Kimi's now shaping a move, and Albon's on his outside. We've gone back past Perez. Yes, we have, down into turn 3. There's a bit of a dive bomb, but we'll ignore that. Next up is Bottas, but I don't think we're going to be racing him all too often. So we don't particularly need to worry too much about passing him, unless he's holding us up, at which point we do. Obviously, we've got Kimi behind us, but we want to be in the top 10, because that's how the point system works. Up the inside of Bottas and Devon, corner cut, we've now made contact and I've spun Devon Butler out. Oh well, no one, it doesn't really matter, it's only Devon. I've got a bit of damage on my front wing end plate, but that's not too major, we can drive around that. We've now lost about 4 seconds to the cars in front, but we're into 9th, so currently we're getting 2 championship points. Skipping to the end of lap 1, Bottas goes for a move up the inside into turn 1. I'm trying to squeeze him as much as possible. This is for position after all. Get a nice little switchback coming on the exit of turn 2. No, I managed to hold that position, but I'm slipstreaming him down to turn 3, weaving left and right. Not making up my mind which way to go. That's definite contact there. That's completely my fault. I switched the inside at the last minute. But right around the outside of turn 4, yet more contact. I'm barging this Mercedes, aren't I? Through turn 5, I've got the move done. You can't go side by side through there without one of you ending up in the lake. End of lap 2, now coming on to lap 3. Bottas is right there again. He's going to try the same again. I've covered it a little less this time, because I know what I want to do. I want to switch back to the outside and switch back him. He's locked up a little bit, which hampered his run through the corner, and I've got the place back. Is Perez going to go for a move on Bottas now? Bottas covering the inside. Perez trying to go right around the outside. He's still there. Bottas squeezed him a little bit, but Perez has got the move done. Good on you, Checo. Good on you. Lap 4 now. Is Perez going to go for a move here? He's gone for it, and there's contact because I turned in thinking he was going to back out. So I've been sort of half spun, but it's all right. I've kept the position, and we've only lost a bit of time, but we're losing time like every second to the guys in front. We're now 10 seconds behind if you look at the top left. Bottas has got back past Perez, and Albon, I think that is now looking to get back past. This could be 3 wide here on lap 6. Perez goes back past Bottas, does he? Bottas trying to hold it through turn 2. No, Perez has got that. There's a yellow flag behind us. I think someone might have retired. Who's that? That looks like a McLaren that I can see on the minimap. We'll have that confirmed in a second. Yeah, Carlos Sainz is out. And we've got a virtual safety car. So and just skip through the virtual safety car period. No one wants to know about that. Carlos Sainz had an engine failure or something to that degree, just a mechanical problem. And Bottas is now shaping the move straight when the virtual has ended, going right around the outside. We're pitting this lap to get rid of our fairly worn soft tyres. Little moment on the exit of turn 12, and Bottas is going to try and come back at us into the final complex. We outbrake him, outbrake ourselves really as well. And Perez has come past us. Not really too much point in fighting him. We have fought him, and I got caught in his front tyre a bit, so that serves me right, don't it? Either way, we're about to peel into the pits, as you can see. Don't understeer into the pit wall. Engage pit limiter and slow it down to 37 miles an hour. 34 on the entry, that'll do. 3 miles an hour slower. We would have lost a bit of time there, but nothing too much. Into the pits now for a set of medium tyres and a front wing change, so I can actually have some downforce. And we are away in 8.3 seconds, so that's not too bad considering we had a front wing change as well. Skipping on to lap 11 now, so 4 laps in the future. We're still on our own. There's been some stops that we've managed to get in front of, such as Albon, as you can see behind us. And there's more people in the pits now. We're gonna get past the bulk of them. That's Raikkonen, right? So we're in front of our teammates still. But Perez has managed to jump us in the pit stop phase. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him because his tyres will warm up quite quickly and I'm quite far behind. I'm also conserving fuel at this point because I'm more than half a lap down on what I should be. And there's no refueling in Formula 1, so I can't just pit for some more fuel. So I've got to conserve my fuel a bit, almost like you do with your phone, really. Lap 14, I'm now in P11 with Raikkonen right there. I'm actually going to let him go here and see if I can tag along behind him, because that will help me save fuel and really just keep my pace up. But we haven't managed to do that. There's now a problem up in front with Sebastian Vettel, who's had a mechanical issue and is pulling off to the side of the track. We didn't manage to keep hold of Raikkonen, but we're now into P11 because of Seb's mechanical failure. We're now on lap 27 as well. Nothing much happened in the second stint. After a lot of people got past us because we were slow. But we're now catching up to this 4-car train in front of us, which Kimi has just about got to the back of. Oh, I apologise for saying that we were going on to medium tyres. We've actually gone on to hards. That might have something to do with our pace deficit. There was a move up there as well, and I'm not sure who's in that train, so I can't tell you who it was. Looks like a Toro Rosso, so it might be Devon Butler in that train, or Alex. No, it won't be Alex Albon, because he's behind us. Oh no, it's a Racing Point. So there's Norris in there, Raikkonen in there, Ricciardo I think I saw, and it must be Perez at the front of the train. Raikkonen and Norris are going side by side throughout this entire complex, and that's slowed them up so much. I've now caught up to them. And am I going to be able to get past? I'm going to leave them to it for a little bit. Raikkonen's got the position now, so I'm going to pounce on Norris and maybe even Raikkonen. Yep, just barge past your teammate Ben, why don't you? He's still managed to keep the position, in fairness. I'm surprised I haven't been shouted out over the team radio for that. I'm not going to go right round the outside of him into turn 11. Don't put me in the wall, please, Kimmy. Done it. What a move. That's a definite corner cut, and I've had a moment. Oh dear me. But this is a penultimate lap. We're about to start the final lap in a second. So, well, we're now on the final lap, and we haven't managed to gain any more positions. Perez and Hulkenberg still looking at each other in front. We're going to come across the line in P9, but I believe we have some penalties for corner cutting and running wide, so we're not going to maintain that P9. No, there we are, P11, and we fell behind Raikkonen because of the penalties as well, which is really, really annoying.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the
They have the quickest car?
I'd say it was down consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
Well, actually, well, they screwed over Bottas a bit there, didn't they? He finished 5th. So who's on the podium? Hamilton 1, Leclerc 2nd, and Verstappen 3rd. Okay, okay.
Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So Bottas actually finished last out of the big 3 teams that finished, because obviously Vettel retired with his mechanical problems just afterwards stopped. I'm not going to lie, that wasn't the best race. There are some better races that I've recorded coming up in later episodes. Oh, it's so annoying that we got penalties for corner cutting because I can't stay on the blooming track. Well, we were only 6/10 off the points with the penalties as well, so it makes it even more annoying.
Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time.
Bottas got driver of the day. Oh, he finished 13th, didn't he? Finished 13th. Started 13th. Oh, right, okay. It makes more sense that he finished 5th now. Oh, and he got held up by me for about, like, 10 laps or something. So, Kimi got us 2 points in the Constructors, which is really annoying because I would have got us them 2 points. And he would have got 1 point. But there we are. Now, drivers' standings. I'm in 11th, Kimi's in 9th as we finished. We're in 7th in the Constructors with our 2 points. Just 2 behind Renault and 1 in front of McLaren. Which isn't too bad, I suppose. I'm just so annoyed that I corner cut. Honestly, you didn't see it in the edit, but it was at turn 11, I think. They just turned it way too early and took out the bowls and they're like, oh, have a penalty. Either way, let's have an interview.
I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. It wasn't the cleanest race.
Tell me about it.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip or did you just misjudge some?
I don't think I hit a wall at all. I don't know what you're on about.
Appreciate your time.
Well then, I don't remember hitting any walls. Either way, rivalry rundown. We are now... What are we? We are drawing 4-all because Raikkonen got the position over us and was penalty free. But I was quicker on the day. Resource points. Got to love some resource points. Not 93% clean laps. That's not too bad, I suppose, considering our little battle in the first few laps. 188 in total and 1,958 overall resource points. We're going to spend some of them, I believe. Rep for Alfa has gone down again. Torosso and Williams like my performance, though. No one else did. Gone towards rookie, so ignore what I said about being easily a veteran. What's Emma going to say? Is Emma going to say anything? No, she's not. Right, okay, she might have just sent us a message or something then. So we're going to have a look at that.
You're not the only driver to be handled by the press. Emails like the one I've just sent you will give you an insight on how your former Formula 2 rivals are handling the press. Be sure to check your emails regularly, as I'll be sure to send you any of the more, let's say, interesting press transcripts that come my way. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry to the press and expand your reputation.
Right, well, you're not going to see the historic events, so Carl says good work on hitting your targets. And there's a bit more in the car, obviously there is, because I didn't win, so there's obviously something more. Invitational events, yet don't need to know about that. Right, so Lucas Weber, press release. You looked really in control of your car. The team should be thrilled, so he's just praising the team in the first one. He had a close back with George Russell, his teammate, probably at the back, because, you know, Williams. He says it was really close and praising George Russell's driving. Really? I think that's it. Looking at the location bar on the right hand side. Yes, it is it. I've just scrolled down. So, really, that's going to be it for this episode of F1 2019 career mode, just taking a last look at the standings. And I'm going to see you for the Chinese Grand Prix, or is it the Bahrain Grand Prix next time.